Welcome to the Everyday Entrepreneur Show. My name is Cameron Ure, a real estate agent, investor, and entrepreneur. This podcast is for the everyday person all the way to the CEO wanting to build, grow, or scale their business to the next level. Our goal is to educate, network, and motivate so all of us can become everyday entrepreneurs. Hello and welcome back to the Everyday Entrepreneur. I am excited for this episode. I've hyped it up a little bit, but this episode is actually just going to have me. There is no guest today. I'm just going to be talking, and this is going to be somewhat of a rant. And so I apologize ahead of time, but this is something I am super passionate about and applies to everyone, not just business owners. And I just can't wait to really just get it off my chest because I think a lot of people need to hear this and it will help those that are listening. And so to preface this, I am sharing this podcast based off of a TV show me and my wife just watched. It is called Limitless with Chris Hemsworth on Disney Plus. And this was super influential for me because of the message that was shared, as well as some other things that I will talk about in a second. But I am currently like a little over 20 hours into a 4-day water only fast, which I'll get into, as well as on a streak of taking ice baths. So in this show, Chris Hemsworth does a couple of different things throughout the episodes to boost his longevity and health and to see what he can do to better his health, better his aging process, and so he can live longer, live a happier life, and so on and so on. So I'm not going to spoil the show because I want you all to watch it, but this is the reason why I'm starting to try these things like ice baths and a fast. I obviously want the health benefits, but funny enough, it's actually not really for the health benefits. It's to train my mind. I want to fortify my mindset and become a stronger person mentally so I can do harder things and prepare for when harder things happen in life. I think there's a lot of times in life where we either get knocked down creating a business, personal struggles happen, family struggles, or whatever it may be. And if we aren't mentally tough to survive those things, we will crumble and we won't be able to survive our own struggles. And so the reason why I do these crazy things that a lot of people think are crazy, I think they're crazy, is because I want to mentally be able to fortify myself to the point where I know I can do hard things. And when hard things hit, I can overcome those. So that's the preface of this show for today, based off of Limitless. If you have not seen it, go watch it. It's really cool. And I'm really excited to talk about a couple things regarding that today. So I have notes, and so don't judge me if I look down during this episode. If you're watching the video version, if you're listening, obviously this won't matter, but I made notes because there's important things I want to talk about and I don't want to miss anything. And I also don't want this to be scripted or whatever it may be. So first thing that I want to talk about is the reason why I created this podcast in a whole. I have talked about this before, but I'm really passionate about helping others achieve their dreams. I obviously believe in this in a business standpoint, financially, where if you have a dream financially, go chase it. Nobody can tell you that a dream is too big or too small. Whatever it is, go get it because it's yours to have. And I also want to help people mentally, where if you are having a hard time overcoming your own mind and limiting yourself, that's a problem that I want to help you with, because what I've realized throughout my life is the human mind and the human body are capable of the most incredible feats. I follow David Goggins as well as some other incredible people that do feats that nobody thinks are possible, but they do it. And so the whole purpose of the Everyday Entrepreneur is to obviously listen and hear from people in the mix of it, grinding every single day, but also to motivate people to realize that you can do it. your circumstances, you're not limited to them, and you can change your life. And so the whole purpose of this show is to help people realize that their dreams are possible, that there are businesses out there that they can create, how to create those businesses, as well as be inspired from other people and get the help they need for chasing their dreams. And so the main thing I've realized over the last little while of my life is way too short. There has been tragedy that has struck in my wife's family. I have seen others people that are currently struggling, and it's just not worth struggling on things that are not important, and taking it out on yourself, taking it out on others. And trust me, I'm not perfect at this. This is really, really challenging to do, to live life to the fullest every single day. But what I am realizing is life is truly too short. The other day, me and my wife this was actually yesterday, me and my wife were driving to a friend's house, and within a split second, we almost got in a car accident. And it was horrifying. My baby was in the back seat, my wife was in the back seat, and a car was coming directly head on at me. And it was so fast that I didn't have, or I wouldn't have had, the ability to do anything. It was almost accepting my fate that this was about to happen. And gratefully and luckily, the car was able to swerve, did not hit us, even though we were just stopped sitting in a turning lane. And life flashes in front of your eyes and stuff like that happens. And if you're focusing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on a grudge that you have, a problem you're dealing with, a struggle that you're trying to overcome, or a stress that is so finite and small comparatively, it takes a second seat when you realize that there is way more important stuff out there and that life really is too short. And so I bring this up because don't take life for granted, obviously from the life standpoint, but also from the business standpoint. Life is way too short to be stuck in your current situation if you're unhappy. If you hate your job, if you've been waiting to create your own business, if you've been wanting to do something else, just do it. Figure out how you have to do it and just do it. If that's waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning, it's so worth it. Grinding your face off to get to the point where you want to get is so worth it. It's just bridging the gap from I want to do this, but do I have the motivation to do it? Or I want to do this, but I don't know how to do it. Bridging that gap is challenging, but if you just start, you will figure it out. And if you have a passion and drive enough to do it, you will 100% succeed. And so hopefully this isn't coming off as a pep talk. Obviously, I mean, if it is and that's working for you, great, enjoy. But I'm trying to just share with you my feelings regarding just how life is just awesome. There's so many opportunities out there for people. And I just get so energized and hyped when I see somebody getting after their dreams and chasing what they want in life, because everybody can and everybody should do it. And so I want to talk about a book I read recently. It's called The 5 a.m. Club. Favorite book. It changed my life. It was incredible. I recommend every single person read it. And it's the reason why I wake up early in the morning, and on top of other things. But this book, I can't even summarize it. The book pretty much talks about everything I'm talking about right now. Living life to the fullest, chasing your dreams, becoming the person you want to be, and the reasons behind it, and the reasons why mastering your morning is incredibly important. And so this is another recommendation on top of watching Limitless. Read the 5 a.m. Club. It will change your life. It changed mine. And it just is motivating. It's motivating to become the person you're supposed to become, and everybody can do it. And so wrapping all of this together, if you truly want health and prosperity and joy in your life, try to not waste time on things that don't matter. I personally recently this is very challenging with my career and other businesses that I have. I'm trying to limit myself on social media. You're obviously watching this on some form of social media, so enjoy it. Enjoy social media, have a place for social media. But there are so many things that are just filthy and wasteful about the internet and social media and just distractions in today's day and age that I'm trying to do the best I can to use it to motivate and grow my businesses and other people. And other than that, ignore every single other aspect to it. Social media is just this time wasting cesspool, in my opinion, that I'm trying to run away from, where it's still important part of the culture today because it's very beneficial. But what I'm trying to get across is don't waste your time on things that provide zero value to you. Obviously enjoy life. Like don't get me wrong where you can't do anything fun. Trust me, I love sitting back and watching videos on social media with my wife or even by myself, whatever it may be. But have a time and place for that. Because if you get to the point where the only dopamine that you receive is from waking up and hopping on your phone or sitting in bed next to each other watching videos or just wasting time, it's going to really inhibit your growth as a person as well as a business owner or a future entrepreneur. And so I think there's just a really important aspect of valuing the little things that we experience on a day-to-day basis, which helps us to live our lives to the fullest. And so I really want to recommend and motivate everybody to look at the smaller things in life that bring happiness. And the reason I bring this up is because I've struggled for a long time to figure out things I enjoy doing. I feel like I've been a workaholic, which I totally am, for a long time, and have always been like, okay, I need a hobby. I need something fun to do that I enjoy, that I want to get out and go do. But I don't need something material. I don't need a activity or something like that, which I thought I did. And in reality, it's actually, I just need to be more aware of the small little things that are happening currently in my life and enjoy those to the fullest possible. Whether that's going on a walk with my family or listening to somebody tell me about their day, about their business, about their struggles, and just truly hearing them out, or serving somebody. It could be anything. It could be sitting outside and feeling the sun on your face. Those are things that we need to get back to enjoying, where we don't need this go, 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 fast paced, everyday just rush of life, when in reality, there's so much beauty and happiness around us. And so for me, I'm working on trying to enjoy the things that are already around me. I don't need more for my current happiness. It's actually, I just need to work on enjoying the things that currently make me happy. And so, I got to come back to my notes for a second because I don't want to rant too much on you guys. But there's this, my stomach is growling from that fast. It's no joke. I'm already hungry and I'm not even very far into it. But one thing I want to talk about is, if tomorrow was your last day, nobody knows this, knock on wood, it's nobody's, but could you truly ask yourself, did you give it your all? Did you chase your dreams to the 100% fullest? Or would you feel like you held yourself back and didn't go out and try to do something that you would have loved, or you would have, or could have changed your life? Ask yourself that, because if there is something that you are currently saying, oh, I'll get to that point, or I'll do that one day, or whatever it may be, that day is today. There's no more waiting. It doesn't matter if you don't feel like you can do it right now. You can start. If you don't have the money right now, talk to people, find the money, raise the money. If you don't have the knowledge right now, Instead of watching social media videos, hop on YouTube and learn, or buy a book, buy a course, hire a coach, whatever you need to do, learn how to do it and get after it, because I've done this and it's changed my life. If you can just start and just try to figure things out, you'll eventually get to the point where you know what you're doing enough that you are tackling your dream one by one. And one day you'll wake up and realize, holy cow, I've come a long way. And obviously nobody's going to be satisfied ever, and you want to keep improving, but you will change your life, and you can do it within a really short time period if you truly just ask yourself the question of, today, currently with my life, am I doing everything I can to chase my dreams and become happy? Now, with that being said, I 100% want to be sensitive to people's circumstances. There are situations in life where you really, it doesn't work to do certain things. And do I believe that you can change your circumstance? 100%. And so that's all I'm asking, is trying, is just doing what you can now to get to the point where you want to be in the future. And so, this is the whole reason why I created the Everyday Entrepreneur Show. I've said this in the past, but I just want to ask people, are you living to your fullest? And if you are, then great. But if you're not, why haven't you started the business? Or why haven't you chased the passion that you're excited about? Are you giving it all you have in aspects of, can you do more? Can you love more? Can you help more? These are all things that have lit a fire underneath me recently for whatever reason. I just want to see others succeed. And when I see people that have the potential but are not taking advantage of it, it kills me. I don't know what it is. I just want to help educate and bring people to almost the light of entrepreneurship, where if you feel stuck, and even if you are an entrepreneur, you can do it, and life is too short to not do it. And so, the last thing I want to talk about in this rant of an episode is carpe diem, seizing the day, and just knowing that every day is a blessing and a gift. And if you are starting your entrepreneurial journey, if you're 10 years into your entrepreneurial journey, you should be able to wake up and be grateful that today I have the opportunity to change my circumstances. That's the biggest message I want to get out, is you can change your circumstance if you put your mind to it. That could be health, fitness, financially, spiritually, family, any aspect of your life. Just seize the day, get after it, and do what you are passionate about. And a lot of people probably look at me like I'm crazy for the stuff I do. I know my wife has told me before, I work way too much, but there's a reason for the sacrifices I make and the passion I have for what I do. And it all comes back to competing against myself, where I don't necessarily care for anything other than knowing I'm giving my 100% all to those around me, and competing against myself to the point where I know I can do better. I know I can do more. And I'm going to continue to do that for myself and others until I can't anymore. And so if you want to live a certain life, you have to do certain things that other people are not willing to do. And so figure out whatever that is. And people are going to call you crazy. People are going to not support you, and people are going to disregard you as somebody that just is doing their own thing. They're like, oh, they're crazy. Like, they'll figure it out eventually, when in reality, one day they'll wake up and be like your biggest fan, but they haven't supported you up until this point. And so disregard all of that smoke and just get after it yourself. Do it in quiet, do it personally, do it publicly if that's your thing. Whatever it is, just do it. And it doesn't matter if people think you're crazy. I 100% think I'm crazy for taking ice baths in the morning, fasting for 4 days, or trying to create businesses that I don't even really know what I'm doing, but I'm working towards figuring it out. And that's the whole process of being an entrepreneur, is just having the grind and passion and grit to do it. Just get after it. Just do everything you can to figure it out. And so, to finish up this episode of the Everyday Entrepreneur Show, I just want to have people define what they want and the path that it takes to get there, and decide to enjoy every single step of the way, whether that is struggles, whether that is achievements. Just live it up every single second you have of going through that journey, whether that, and this can apply to everything. This can apply to a struggle you're going through in life. Life is too short to be sad, pessimistic, depressed, and grumpy about your circumstances. That's not what life is meant to be. You can own those things and feel those things, but that's when you have to make the switch of, yeah, this is rough right now, but there are so many other things I can enjoy about my life currently. And there are so many other things that I have the opportunity to take hold of and achieve, that I'm not going to let XYZ bring me down. And don't get me wrong, I'll finish with this. I am not perfect at this. This is not me up on a soapbox, perfect me, blah, blah, blah. I struggle every single day with all of these things I've talked about. And that's me being transparent and saying how real it is. It's very challenging to chase your dream every single morning. It's very challenging to not be supported by some people around you and have to walk away from those connections. Or it's very challenging to overcome a hardship in life when it's devastating. But the one thing that still remains is the aspect of trying. You can try every single day, and that's all that matters, is if you get back up and just keep trying. And so I promise this is my last rant ever on this podcast, but I just felt passionate about sharing my feelings regarding why I am the way I am, why I do things the way I do them, and how important it is to not hold yourself back. Your capability is ginormous, and you absolutely need to chase that, because if you don't, you are going to look back on your life and feel a massive amount of regret. And I'm living my life to the fullest, so I never have to worry about that. I'm giving it everything I have, and the Everyday Entrepreneur Show is exactly there for this reason, for people to learn what they need to do, get the motivation they need to get to start and create the life that they want. So thank you for listening to this rant. Thank you. Hopefully it motivates you. Hopefully you take this and apply it to your life, that there is hope, you have capability, and you are more than capable to do amazing things in your life. So we'll catch you on the next episode of the Everyday Entrepreneur Show. Thanks again for tuning in.